I'm definitely spoiled not having the boy here.
I see that. Pushing buttons, going
right?
crazy.
You know, all that stuff. Well, we're back. We made it here.
Yes, we did.
Boy's working his real job tonight.
Oh, man.
Well, the other job. You're really standing out for some reason here tonight.
I just love the way that your logo gives me that halo. It's almost angelic.
Yeah, except people watching aren't going to believe that.
No.
They're not buying
Everybody's
that.
entitled to their own damn opinion, I guess.
Well, I guess, right?
Yep.
Speaking of opinions, I think that's probably why we're here.
Yes, it is.
Let me see. Look at that. I don't even remember where anything is.
Uh-oh.
I got to go like this.
Okay, yep.
We got to go.
You got to go.
Well, we should show the Sting.
Push some buttons, yep.
They're out there playing right now. So
sure they are.
All right, well, there we go. Okay, welcome everybody live from the concourse. Last game, boy, oh boy, I tell you, another 2-1 loss.
Disappointing for
and,
sure. 3-1 because they got the empty.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, 3-1. And then I got to tell you, like, I found the third period, I don't know, was it the third period was, I don't know, there's some struggle. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, even Alan Letang, post-game press conference, said, I was disappointed in the third.
Yeah.
I
caught that.
We've said it before, I'll say it again. He's a straight shooter. He just says, "This is what I saw. I'm not sugarcoating it."
I love the way he answered the questions, you know, and it goes to some of the things we've been speaking about. You know, we've been talking about, you know, pulling out the this is a young team excuse.
Yeah,
and he didn't make any excuses for it, but I mean, he did say that, you know, we're going to have players that are new to the OHL.
Yeah.
They're going to find themselves in circumstances and situations right now where they haven't been in those circumstances. And he said it's a trial by fire thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of learning that to go on out there, and I love the way he put that.
But you'll notice when he said you could chalk it up to, however you said, lack of, young team and experience, whatever. But he kind of like, you could say that, but like, he's not a man, I don't think, that accepts excuses.
No, and I don't think it was an excuse.
No, I don't think it. That's not what I'm saying.
If you're looking for a rationale for why we didn't do a little better, you know,
he's saying
a little lack of experience. You could consider that there's a part of that.
Yeah,
they're learning as they go. They're smart guys. They're going to figure it out at some point.
I think so.
And I think that's absolutely correct. And I think we'll start winning again.
One of the things that, we talked about it before was, the passing. Boy, we saw some great passing in that first home opener.
Yeah.
They were doing great, and that seems like that's changed back the other way again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, saving grace for, I don't know, what was it, 34 saves or whatever?
Oh, Nick Suzuka was on fire,
Right?
Well, but that brings up another point. I don't know if you saw it, but the Sting have made a trade.
Yep.
And they brought in Eric Millette.
Yep.
And from the Kitchener Rangers.
Yep.
And he's a goaltender. And I'm like, okay, there's going to be some more shake-up stuff going on here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing that up.
Okay.
Benny Gaudreau is starting in between the pipes tonight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Are we foreshadowing here?
I don't know.
Maybe? Hard to say.
Hard to say.
I mean, he is playing tonight, so I'm sure that I did see him the other night out here on the concourse. And,
the truth is we just can't do it with 3 hot goalies.
No.
I mean, that's a lovely thing to have, but somebody's
I know what I
think,
but I don't want to jinx anything.
No, me neither.
I think most people could probably read my mind.
They could probably read between the lines.
Right.
So, sure. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
there's that awkward moment.
That awkward pause.
Anyway, we'll see what happens there. But, I'd say that's a big clue coming out of the gate there.
Yeah.
Now, tonight, of course, here playing the Sault Ste. Marie. Last year, this team had a bit of a struggle, I think.
They have,
they won some good games, but there was definitely not any consistency coming out of the Sault last year. But this year, already 3-0, or they're coming off to our 1-2, right? Definitely when you're on a streak like that, that's a streak, I guess,
and
3 in a row.
Tradition,
yeah,
traditionally, and they've got some pretty consistent coaching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They play a fairly fast style of hockey.
Yep.
We may have some struggle with that, but I'm still hopeful. Like I said, our guys
typically
are doing well.
a big team too.
Yes, typically a big
like
team.
holy honkin', even without the skates, Batman.
Yeah. But we put some size on this year too. I mean,
well, I just kind of wanted to lead into that. We haven't seen a ton of aggression from the Sarnia Sting yet.
No.
At least not, I think, to the level that we'd like to see with some of the games that happened.
Absolutely.
And I think we were kind of expecting that we would because with Moses in there, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, I think we've got some key players that appear to be comfortable with that style of hockey.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
yes.
And I think once they get that sort of green light opportunity, I think we're going to be competing better against those aggressive teams.
Yeah.
With some of the guys that we have. Moses clearly is one of those guys that's not adverse to mixing it up a little bit. Houston Hurt is, he's pretty busy, active guy out there too. And even, Zach Filak's been in enough little scrums already this year. I think, he's going to be a real catalyst for some active, aggressive play.
Yeah, I think so. We're definitely missing Nolan Dillingham out there on the ice.
Absolutely.
He
knew how to work it up.
He had
that's for sure.
a rough year. I don't know if you noticed, Dave Legwand, the owner of the team, is here tonight.
Oh, is he good? Yeah,
and which I was upstairs talking to Josh Boyce, and I said, Legwand's here. He goes, oh, really? I said, nice to see him here before playoffs.
Yeah.
But seriously, I meant that with all sincereness, because sometimes it's like, oh, my team's doing really well, I should go. But here we are.
Be harder when you don't live in the area. And
so the fact that he's here, shows that he's behind this team 100%, 110%, quite honestly. Nice guy. And it's nice when the behind the scenes shows up here to make a presence known. But back to the ice, talking, like you say, missing people like Dillingham. He certainly had a rough year, pun intended, several ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Suspensions but still taking the hard hits, or giving the hard hits, I should say.
All of the above,
and speaking of a force to be reckoned with, maybe not as much on the aggression side physically, maybe a little bit, but Tyson Doucette, who I know has been a favorite of yours, he's really showing up out there on the skates.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is, I think one of the things that we have to be able to rely on is that stuff, because even Coach Letang was talking a lot about transition the other day.
Yep.
What that's really all about is being able to recognize a play and break it up, so that we can create some opportunities for ourselves. And I think that's one of those places where Tyson Doucette really excels in that area. Yeah. He gets a good read on a play, and so he can put himself in a position to either disrupt their play or make something happen for the Sting. And I think we're going to see, I hope to see a lot more of that from him, because I think he's good at it, and we have a few guys, I think, that see they see hockey fairly well. Well,
and that's called leadership, and the leadership that was announced last week, of course, Cooper Way and Sikik's in there, and Wainwright, who unfortunately we haven't been able to see. He's definitely being missed out there.
Oh, man.
Not just by you, but I overhear the fans talking. Some ask me all the time, what's going on? I'm like,
well, he's quick, there's a real benefit to having strong skaters. That's when the dump and chase tends to really work well. If you've got some guy who's capable of getting to the puck first, the dump and chase is a great play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you pointed out you're not happy with our dump and chase because
we're
not
missing the chase part.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? or we're slow to the chase, and that's just as bad.
Yeah.
Because if you just dump, it's a turnover. And I think
you've got to be ready to follow up.
If we can start limiting those turnovers, we're going to create. There's no doubt that we're going to create more opportunity for scoring.
Well, they're going to need to create lots of opportunity here tonight against the Sioux Greyhounds. Again, no slouches out on those skates.
Not at all.
And when you're on a roll like that, 3 in a row, right from the very start, boy, do you really want to keep that momentum going? So that's going to be the hunger side for the Sioux. And now, of course, the Sarnia Sting. I don't know who's hungrier. Somebody who's 3 in a row.
Well, what I'm hoping is that these guys come in with these egos that are as big as my halo,
right?
And their heads just kind of bobbling around out there, and then we can really take it to them. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. But, I mean, realistic, what do you think? Like 3 in a row from the start of the gate this season? Or you started off great and then the last 2 haven't been so well. Which one makes for a hungrier animal out there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a dogfight anyway you look at it, I think, honestly. And, I think the Sting want to prove that this isn't a slump, that they've, learned from the couple of losses that they've had, and they're going to come out and they're going to go full throttle against it. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. That's what it's going to take for sure in order to get a W out of this one. But anyway, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Well, I don't know if it's that.
A lot of factors.
I think you just gotta go, right? And
I want to put out that there's no lack of skill set out there.
No, not by any means.
I think the Sting are absolutely capable of pulling out a W here. It's just a matter of a lot, like you said, a lot of those other factors. Are we in the right mental space?
Is the confidence there?
Is the confidence there? Are we going to keep that pace up and really take it to them? If we can get to that first goal kind of thing and keep our momentum rolling, I think that's going to be a good sign. That's what I'm hoping to see out of that first period.
All right, well, hopefully Jay Peckham knows what he's talking about, and we'll see that coming out of the gate here. And
I make it sound good, though, don't I?
You certainly do. Way better than I ever could. But strength in numbers is the hashtag you want to share out there, and share this broadcast around for all the hockey and Sting fans specifically to enjoy. Of course, we'll be back here second period. Jay Peckham will be here once again, and or at the end of the first period, I should say.
Yep.
And we will be doing post-game press conference, as always, here once again. Last time we had Alan Letang. You never know who's going to show up next.
Absolutely.
But for now, thanks, everybody, for watching live from the concourse with the Sarnia Sting. I'm David Burrows. My friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!